Hi, everybody. I'm Stacy.
Sorry. And I'm her daughter, Mickey.
And welcome to KiddieNomics. Yay! Another fun-filled edition of Kids Financial Literacy with KiddieNomics. That's us. How is everybody out there? Hey, Akira. Nice to have you back. Who else is out there today? We are super excited because we have returning back to KiddieNomics. We have Miss Jackie Brown, and she's going to be talking to us about maintaining your mental health by using journalism or journaling. And so I'm really excited for this topic because there's so many things that have happened in the past 2 years. And I think that this is a great way for us to be able to really, express those emotions and those feelings by journaling. So it's not necessarily a financial literacy topic, but I think it is a very important topic. So I'm excited for this KiddieNomics today. So anyways, welcome everybody. Let's get started. All right, hold on. Let me share my screen. I had it ready. Okay, there we go. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to KiddieNomics. Welcome to all the new kids that have signed up in the last week or so. Welcome. If this is your first time, please put it in the chat box that it's your first time, and the kids will welcome you on KiddieNomics. And of course, welcome back to all of our returning kids that are here week after week with us. We love you for being here, right?
Yeah.
All right, so now let's get into what is KiddieNomics about, right? What are we about today? All right. You gonna read it? Okay, I'll read it.
No, I don't.
Okay, but slow.
Okay, fine. KiddieNomics should help kids ages 8+ to develop a healthy relationship towards financial literacy, helping to start our kids on the right path to have a successful financial future.
That's right, to have a successful financial future. That's what we want for everybody out there. That's what we want for you. That's what we want for you. That's what she wants for me. That's what we want for everybody, right? To have an uber successful financial future. And you can do that through financial literacy. So let me open up my chat box so I can see what's going on in the chat. Okay, let me see. Hi, Kelsey. How's everybody? Hi, everybody. All right, so let's just get through some of our housekeeping items that we do, and then we'll get started with roll call. And who's going to remind me to ask Mickey? Hi, Miss Scott. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Welcome to KiddieNomics. Thanks for putting in that you're new. Awesome. Welcome. All right, so housekeeping items. Housekeeping items is, please remember that every single KiddieNomics webinar is recorded, right? So we're being recorded right now, but of course we cannot see or hear anybody in our KiddieNomics community. And that of course is to maintain everybody's privacy. So please remember that we do post our KiddieNomics videos to our YouTube channel. And I typically post them by 8 p.m. Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will post this video by before 8 p.m. tonight. Okay, so you'll be able to watch the video back. So if you missed anything or you've forgotten anything, you can always watch it back as many times as you like. And of course, you can watch back all of our other KiddieNomics videos that we have. There's a whole bunch there on our YouTube channel. So you can check out those ones, check out our past KiddieNomics webinars, of course, to get all caught up, especially if you're new, okay? And of course, please remember that we have kids on here that are younger than 8 and older than 13, okay? So please remember, we want to maintain a very kind, right? A very kind and welcoming community here on KiddieNomics. So please remember to always be nice, right? There's a lot of things that you can be in this world, but one thing you can always definitely be is kind, right? You can always be kind and show kindness to your other, especially to your other KiddieNomics community members, right? All right. And of course, please remember for us to maintain a safe environment here on KiddieNomics. Please remember to never share your
address, email address, phone number, your
Speak louder so they can hear you. Calm down. Okay, address, your email address, nothing personal, nothing like your personal phone numbers.
So bad.
I know, but you weren't like, you have to say it louder. That's all I said was say it louder. So say it louder.
Address, email address.
And of course, your ages, right?
Yeah.
Always don't share these things in our chat box, okay? And please remember that that's how we communicate in the chat box. So try to keep the chat box as clear as possible. We like to keep the chat box so that we can see your questions and answers to whatever the expert is asking. Of course, we know that you guys will chat in the chat box, and that is absolutely okay. But to always remember to be kind to each other, okay? No question is stupid, and sometimes people don't understand right away. So you can ask your questions multiple times. So, and I will make sure that you're getting what is being taught. Okay. All right. Now let me see. Let me see. Just check the chat box. I'm not really reading your comments right now, everybody. Let me just see if there's any questions. All right. Now, should we do roll call? Let's do roll call. All right. Please tell me, from which country are you joining from today? So which country are you joining from today? So let me see. Uranus. Oh, we haven't had that one. We haven't had somebody say that yet. So that one's a new planet. Good stuff. Good stuff. Canada from Elias. The moon from Marlon. The moon. Yay. Okay. Ukraine says Layla. Mishka says Canada. HH says Canada. Who did I just miss? Dion says Canada in Markham, or Markham in Canada. I think that's what she meant. Markham in Canada. I'm actually in Cancun, Mexico. Really, Timmy? Are you? That's awesome. If you are, that's amazing. On vacation. I love Cancun. It's so much fun there.
You went before?
Of course.
And you never took me?
It was before you were born. Before you were born. Ajax says Anaya. Let me see. Canada, Anaya. Marlon says Russia. Really? Micah says Avengers Compounds. That is awesome. Kelsey says Canada, Zimbabwe, Italy, Ukraine, USA, Russia. That is a lot. You are covering a lot. Akira says Angle Grove. Where is that? Where is that? Aruba. I love these countries. Aruba. Brampton says Marlon. Hey, Brampton. Hey, B-Town. What's up? That's awesome. All right. Who else do we have? Universe, solar system, Earth. I'm not going to read out all those numbers. That's a lot to me. All right. North America, Canada, Ontario, Burlington. I love how you guys always drill down to exactly to where you are. At least the city. That's fine. And of course, let me ask Mickey, since nobody reminded me. Yes. I'd like to say this. Yes. Nobody reminded me, but I remembered myself. Okay. All right, Mix, where are you from today? Are you going to answer or what? What's going on?
Venus.
Venus. All right.
No, I'm just kidding. Jupiter.
Jupiter? All right. There's a good song named Jupiter. Is it, what's the Coltrane? Is it Coltrane?
Boys go to Jupiter. Okay.
All right. And of course, did we miss anybody's birthday from last week to this week? Yeah. Anybody's birthday? Anybody's birthday? You did not miss your birthday. I know when you were born, trust me. So anybody's birthday. Oh, your brothers? Oh, that's nice, Akira. Tell your brother that everybody from the KiddieNomics community said, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
My birthday is in a day. Is it really? So your birthday's tomorrow? That's awesome. Happy birthday to you. You know, I can't sing. So
I can.
That is one skill I really wish that I had. To be able to sing. I can't, and neither can Mickey.
Yes, I can.
Even though she feels that she can.
I can.
My cousin's birthday's in 2 days. Yay! Tell them we said happy birthday. Let me see. Cancun. Okay, seen that. I know Layla's birthday. Okay. Is it within the last week? Did we miss her birthday? Did we miss her birthday? Okay. All right. So you let us know then in June. Remind us. Mishka, your birthday is in 14 days, 18 hours, and 47 minutes.
I
love
don't
it.
understand how people can count the minutes. Like, who counts the minutes?
Of course, because you know the exact moment or time that you were born. I can tell you, I'd have to go back though and double check your birth certificate. I don't remember the exact time. All right. So you're gonna tell us in 18 days, the next time we're on KiddieNomics, you're gonna tell us, and
14.
we'll wish you happy birthday.
14.
No, you said 18. Was it 14? 14? 14 days. Yes.
And 18
Mishka,
hours.
you tell us in 14 days. So in 2 weeks from now, the next time, 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from now, we'll be doing the KiddieNomics with crypto with Miss Ashley. So on that KiddieNomics, you'll tell us that it's your birthday again, and we'll wish you happy birthday, okay? All right. Dion. Oh, Dion, did you say your birthday? Did I miss a happy birthday to Josephine? Oh, that's awesome. Happy birthday.
No, to Jody.
Oh, okay. All right. Now let's get into, all right, everybody, I'm shutting that down. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the chat box. And of course, let's get into our special guest speaker. Okay, I'm gonna move this over. And of course, we have returning to KiddieNomics. I'm really excited about this one. We have Miss Jackie Brown, no relation. She just has the same last name as me. However, so I'm from the Caribbean, and I'm not sure Miss Jackie can tell us whether or not she's from the Caribbean also, but
yeah,
Brown
is
a very, very common last name. It's like Smith up here in Canada. Okay, so Jackie Brown of Jackie Brown Books. I am a writer, or she is a writer, editor, and publishing coach. She helps people write, publish, market, and sell their books. She has a BSc in environmental science from the University of Toronto and a master's degree in environmental chemistry from the University of Bedfordshire in England. The first books and reports she worked on were all on scientific subjects. I know that we have a few KiddieNomics kids that want to be in the science industry, so this will be awesome. After working with traditional publishers and then with a literature agency, plus due to her own interest in writing fiction, she expanded, and now she does all kinds of books. Her favorite part of business is working with authors. Outside of work, her favorite things to do are writing and journaling, quilting, embroidery, and crocheting. You know, my grandma taught me how to crochet when I was growing up in Jamaica. My grandma taught me how to crochet. And she also loves what Nana does upstairs with crochet.
Oh,
yeah. No, that knitting is different than crochet. Does anybody else know what the difference between knitting and crocheting? Does anybody else knit? Does anybody else knit in the chat box? Does anybody knit or crochet?
I do.
Oh, that's awesome too.
I do.
You've never tried
Yes, I have. When you're not here, I was doing it with Nana.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, just kidding.
Oh, see, that's cool. I love that you crochet. It's a really fun thing to do. It's like very soothing. She also loves to watch TV shows as they're all based on stories. But her main passion is her family. She has 2 sons, 2 daughters, and they all live in Bowmanville with their pets, 1 dog, 3 cats, and a hedgehog called Bug.
Wow.
That's a full household. So let's give a big KiddieNomics round of applause to Miss Jackie Brown. That's awesome, Mishka, that you do crocheting sometimes. And Marlon, you make bracelets? That's awesome.
Yeah,
that
I
is
make
amazing.
bracelets too.
Do you? Okay, because I've never seen that. Anyways, all right. Everybody clap for Miss Jackie Brown. Thank you. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so Miss Jackie can unmute yourself, Miss Jackie.
Okay, there we are.
There we go.
Thank you for such an awesome introduction. And
absolutely.
Yeah, I I'm going to talk to you all directly, so I don't need to share a screen, because the thing about journaling is it's really all up close and personal. And I know that you might not think that it's directly related to finances, but it really is related to helping you focus on your dreams. And if your dreams include financial goals, it's a way of making sure that you kind of look at what's happening in your life and kind of steer it towards what your goals are, rather than you do things that are kind of take you away from your goals. When you develop a practice of journaling, you'll find that you can examine what's happening in your life and steer yourself closer so you can achieve more of what you want to achieve. It's a fine practice. So I'll get started then. So the last time I spoke to you, I spoke about writing to create a book. So go ahead.
Sorry, Miss Jackie, sorry. Timlin saying that they can't see you. Okay, she can't see you. So I just want to make sure, can everybody else, Marlon, you can see, can everybody else see Miss Jackie? Can you just let me know in the chat? Because I can see her. I reloaded my screen. Yes. So everybody else can see. Yeah, so yes, they can. Okay, so Timlin and Sage says she can. Okay, perfect. So Timlin, I think you're gonna have to reload. Brielle says she can. Yeah, so I think it's just your screen.
Perfect.
So you can reload and then so maybe go out and come back in. That should fix the issue.
Oh,
you can see now. Okay, good. Okay,
perfect.
All right, sorry about that. Go ahead.
Not at all. Okay, and also while we were trying to fix that screen, it reminded me that some of the comments that you guys made as we were in just through the introduction and stuff is very interesting to me. So not only that someone commented about whether journaling is financial, the Ms. T wrote about dreams, and journaling really does help you meet your dreams. The other thing that was asked was our last names, and like I am from the Caribbean. My family is from Jamaica, and I was born in England though. And while I was in England, my last name before I got married was different to my last name now, which is Brown. And actually it was my British husband where he was born in England, generations of being European. And so my Brown came from England, not from the Caribbean, even though I come from the Caribbean. So I thought that was quite amusing. Yeah. But I still ended up with a Caribbean name.
Brown is so common in Jamaica.
Yeah, and common in Britain, and we know why that is common in the Caribbean because of the colonization of African and Caribbean lands. Yeah. So that's about me, and this is the type of stuff I write in my journal, the stuff that lets me know who I am. So as I was saying before, when I spoke to you before, we talked about publishing. And publishing is writing, but it's writing books for other people. You're writing about your story or a story you want to tell, but the aim of that is for other people to read it. The difference between writing and journaling is that in most cases, no one's going to see what you journal. That's what's so powerful about it. You're writing for yourself. You're writing for only your eyes to see. So that means that no one's going to, look at your words and take a red pen and put a squiggly yellow red line under it, or no one's going to say that you get 7 out of 10 because you spelled this wrong or that wrong, or give you any kind of grades about it. No one judges your work. That's what's amazing about journaling, because journaling is only for you. It's done for your eyes only. There's so much freedom in that. So you know how the other thing that we only share bits of is what's going on in our head. So journaling is a way of writing it down in a book. So you're kind of transferring what's up here to your book, and in the transfer, as if it goes from your brain through your arm, through your hand, that creative process allows you to kind of think about your thoughts as you're writing it down. It allows you to process them. And that way, sometimes something that's bothering you you can kind of figure out what's happening, or if something that's happening that's great, you can also write it down. So the key thing that happens when you're journaling is you think to yourself, what was sweet and what was sour in my day? So how about the people who are out there, write something that happened that was sweet in your day. You know, sweet things are things like having an ice cream. They might be things that made you smile. They might be things that smell great, like having a mango, or the smell of fresh, you know, the earth after a rainy day, or the smell of, you know, my dog is kind of stinky, but still it's nice to smell her because I love her. But so that's a sweet thing. So all those are sweet things. What kind of sweet things have we got? Is anyone writing down their sweet things yet?
So write in the chat something
That's nice.
Sweet or nice. That's maybe something that's happened to you today.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
Nikki,
I got hugs from my friends.
you got hugs from your friends? Okay.
Lovely. Yes, that's a sweet thing. Your life, the ice cream your mom bought. Yeah, these are great, sweet things that make you feel wonderful. And that you did a great, cool sunset picture. All those things are things you would record in your journal. And what is a journal? Like, a journal is any notebook. You made your friends laugh. These are all excellent things that you would want to remember and that you would record in your book. And a journal can be anything. It can be, what I like to do is sometimes when I was little, I get my mother to take me to the store. And you know, like in Indigo or in the dollar store, they often have notebooks that you'll love. Yes?
Yes. Sorry, I just wanted to read out some of the more comments that the kids made, because I thought
Sure.
it was cute. So Mishka said that she got Booster Juice.
Actually,
I love Booster Juice.
I never did.
Oh, it's really good.
Is it
Do you know one time, because okay, I'm going to tell you a really short story, Miss Jackie, before we go on. So Booster Juice started in the west coast of Canada, in Vancouver, actually. So in BC. And one time, because it wasn't available, this is years and years ago. So Booster Juice had not expanded over to the east coast of Canada, so in Toronto. So years and years ago, I was in BC for business, and I was flying. I was in Calgary, because it started in BC, then it went to the prairies, then it came to the east coast. And so I was in Calgary, flying back from Calgary back to Toronto on business, and I was like, I never get a chance. I hardly ever get the chance to get Booster Juice unless I'm traveling to on the West Coast. And I missed my plane. I told the taxi driver to stop and let's pick up a Booster Juice before I get to the airport. And the taxi driver said, well, you're going to miss your flight because we're cutting it really close, because we had to go a little bit of a detour to get to the Booster Juice place. And I was like, yeah, but I really want a Booster Juice because I loved it so much. And I did. So I got the Booster Juice, and I missed my plane back to Toronto because I love Booster Juice so much.
That's amazing.
Now I would never do it.
Did you get
Yeah, because
Yeah, I got a new flight. Back then,
cost hundreds of dollars.
Flights kind of flew out almost every hour from Calgary back to Toronto. So I kind of just jumped on the next flight, which I knew would happen. But just because I love Booster Juice. So I'm glad that you got a Booster Juice today.
Can you take me one day?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
said,
and the thing is that some things that are sweet to you might not be that important to others. And that's what you write in your journal. And you get to see what you love.
Absolutely.
Because, okay, so bro actually, I started to read a comment.
So Timberland said that they got ice cream. Their mom bought them ice cream. You got an A+ in math.
Woo!
That's so awesome. And they're going to 3 parties on the weekend. I love
3?
That. 3
Wow,
parties.
that's amazing. Okay, so keep writing, because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at what's sour in your day. Was there something that happened that wasn't so wonderful? So that's when you're thinking about what to write in your journal. Think of sweet and sour. So sweet things we just spoke about. What's a sour thing? It might be a slight disappointment, or it might be a bigger disappointment. Might be something not so great that happened, like maybe someone didn't do as well in a test. And you know what you're going to find? That it's much easier to, in a chat, to tell people about the sweet things, because it's those sour things that often we don't want to share. And that's where journaling becomes very helpful, because it's a place to share the sour things where that are often more difficult to say out loud. Because sometimes when something sour happens in our lives, either we feel bad, or we feel ashamed, or we feel really sad. And so it makes us lose focus on our goals, lose focus on our dreams, lose focus on the great things that happen. And so a great way to process that is by writing it down. So for example, you could say, oh, today I don't feel that great. I went to school and someone called me a name, and it really made me feel bad, and no one stood up for me, or something like that. It might be something like that that's sour, and it's so important to have an outlet. Of course, we all have our, most of us have our parents, or an adult that cares for us. That could be our parents or our teachers, where we can express this. But also, even when we're alone, we still need to think about it in a way that feels both safe and allows us to be really honest with ourselves. And a journal is that. It's the place where you can discuss, with no one to judge you, the sweet and sour things that happen in your lives. And you know why that's important? Can anyone tell me why they think it's important to really think about the good and the bad things that happen in our days, and why journaling, like writing them down, might help?
Can anybody tell us in the chat? Okay, so let me just see. Good or bad things.
Why do you think? Yeah, to de-stress. That's a good answer, Mika.
Wait, what was the question?
It's fun. It is fun to do that, to express. Oh, it's so important to express how you feel, because your feelings are really important. Like I was saying, when we talked about the sweet things, like I've never had booster juice. I would never miss a flight for booster juice. See, so that's sweet.
I would never do it again.
Yes, you wouldn't do it again, but it would never, I would, but I have never, that wouldn't be sweet to me. If someone said, hey, you want some booster juice? Whereas if I said that, to you, Stacey, you'd be going, oh yeah. If you said to me, would you like, I have this brand of a tea, an iced tea. I would be so happy, and that would be a sweet thing to me. Whereas for you, it's a different sweet thing. And even what's bad for some people might not be bad for other people. Like, if someone called me a name at my age, sometimes I just go, oh, but when you're younger, sometimes these things hurt you more. And so it's important to have a place to write this in your journal. And it's also important to have someone to speak to about it. The thing about journaling is, I don't know how many of you have tried meditation, but it is just as good for your mental health as medication. I see that, and did I say medication? I meant meditation, but it also is, because some people, when they're older, and even some people when they're a bit younger, when they get too sad, they have to have help in getting back to an even keel and getting back to happy. And that can be in the case of medication. And journaling works just as well as these other ways of helping you reclaim that happy spot. The other thing that's beautiful about having written the sweet things is that when you're looking at your diary again, because these things have different names. A journal is the same thing as a diary. It's just someplace where you record your thoughts, your goals, your dreams. And so when something slips, you can look back at those happy days and those sweet things and think, oh, that will happen again. Or, Mom, I really could use an ice cream today because I'm feeling really down, and I remember how well that does to lift my spirits. Those are great reasons to keep a diary, because it reminds you that when something happens that takes you away from your goals, that makes you feel bad, that those good things are going to happen again. And so now that, because we're talking about financial things as well and goals, a journal is a great way to write these things down. So when you've recorded your goals, you can look at your day. So for example, what if your goal was to get an A in science? And so you'd write in your diary why that's important for you, And then you might put out a plan. How am I going to do this? I'm going to do extra science questions. I'm going to ask to watch different. Oh, I see you don't have a journal, is that Kelsey? I will tell you a bit about how you can get one. So you can make your plan for that. You can, so don't worry. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get a journal and how you can make whatever you use in your journal special to you. So that you can put in a plan where you say, I'm going to study extra. I'm going to ask my mom or dad to take me to the library to get special books on science. I'm going to watch documentaries. These can all be part of your goals. And then through your journal, you can see, oh, right, this weekend I did that. So I am really doing well towards my goal. Stacy, did you have a question or someone else's comment you'd like to tell us about?
I just wanted to say that's a very good point, Miss Jackie, because so Mickey has started a small little business with her, not little, she has started a business.
Yeah, it's
with,
better to do it the whole class.
with a couple of her friends. And so part of what she's experiencing in doing this business, I have asked her to now keep a journal. And I said to her, okay, so every day, even if it's only half a page, you got to write down what you did today about your business. So whether or not, did we get more supplies? Did people buy anything? How did you feel? Did you experience any type of obstacles? And so, and I told her it's a way to then look back and then see, okay, well, this is how I overcame a challenge that I had faced when I was 11 years old in my business, as my business grows. And so I'm really excited to see her journal as it goes along, because it is great for business. We're losing. I'm not hearing you, Miss Jackie. Can everybody else hear Miss Jackie? Because I can't hear her.
I can't.
Of course, because you're sitting beside me. Timolin, nope, not none of the kids can. Oh,
she left it.
Yes, I think she'll log back in. So we'll just wait for Miss Jackie to log back in. And but in the meanwhile, I'm going to have a little chat about what's going on in the chat box. So I just want everybody to understand. Remember, I talked about being kind and everybody should be respecting each other in the chat box. So there's Miss Jackie, she's back. So please remember to be kind. And if I see that we are not focusing on our speaker, because our speaker has taken the time to come and speak to us today, right? If I see that we're not focusing on the speaker, then I will unfortunately have to be removing you. I don't want to silence the chat box unless I absolutely have to, because that's how we communicate, right? And Miss Jackie will ask us questions. All right, welcome back, Miss Jackie. I'm just gonna give you the ability to share your screen. So just 1 second. 1 second, Miss Jackie. There we go. Okay. All right, can you share your screen? Can you?
It looks like, yeah, but it's not showing me. It says that, oh, there we are. Okay.
There we are. And then just turn your camera. Turn your phone, sorry. Turn it.
Okay.
There we
yes.
go.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're back to, yes, so that a very scientific thing happened. A car attached to my phone came into the driveway, and then the sound went to the we
There you go. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So I can't even remember where we are because that shocked me so much. But we were talking, what were we saying at that point?
So I was talking about the fact that it's so positive journal.
Even right, I remember
business,
now.
Right, and how important that is, because then you can read back on what, like your experience.
Yes.
So long in your journey of growing your business. And so I'm really excited to see what Mickey's journal will come about and be. And maybe we can make that into a book.
Exactly. Because you'll have recorded all those great things, what went well and what went wrong. Because we learn as much from the errors errors that sometimes make us sad as we do from the joyous things that happen, all the positive wins that we have. And it's so important to record both because we learn so much. Some people say you even learn more from your mistakes than you do from your big wins. But by recording them in the journal and by seeing, and it's a way of just getting out some of those emotions. One of the wonderful things about journaling is that it improves the way you write. It improves the way you express yourself, as someone else mentioned about the value of journaling. Because by writing, by getting in that practice, it teaches you to express yourself better, and it gets you in that habit of just talking about your feelings. Because sometimes people do have trouble because maybe they feel criticized, when they express them outside. But in that journal, which is only for you, of course you can share it if you want to, but in that journal, which is only for you, it allows you to write about what's important to you, and it improves the way you express yourself. It improves your writing. So if your goal is to get better grades, journaling is certainly one way to do it, because it helps you because you're writing more. And the best thing is when you're a bit older and you can look back at that journal, oh my gosh, the pleasures it'll give you. Yeah, and so were there any other the points we wanted to raise that we discussed earlier?
Let me just double check.
What were we discussing again?
No, in 1 second.
There were a few, because we wanted to talk about how it helps. I'm sure I'm talking about this. Sorry.
You were going to mention about how to get a journal.
Oh,
right?
yes, that's the most fun bit, because how to get a journal. A journal can be any notebook. Sometimes there's those journals with a key on them, so that you can write your stuff and put it, and there's a key. There's a lot of, especially for girls, and I know they do them for boys, but before it was almost like it was only for girls, but no, journaling's for anybody. But you can get these books, these journals that you can get them in Walmart, you can get them in the dollar store, you can get them at bookstores. And you choose a notebook that you love. There might be because you like the color of it. It might be because you like the lines. Some people like to have journals without lines because they like to draw. Because sometimes some people like to have art in their journaling, but the type of journaling I'm talking about is about writing, because you want to improve your writing skills. Go ahead, Stacy.
Jortimi wants to know, can we get them at Costco? And Mishka said,
Yes.
I saw one with a dragon lock. That would be fun.
Wow, that is cool.
I like that one.
Yeah, I would like one like that too. That sounds amazing. But the importance about this journal is that it's something that you like, because it's yours. It's nobody else's. But your mom isn't. So only if you give permission do your parents get to see it. And so it's something really just for yourself. Record how you feel and your hopes and your desires and the things that happen to you. You'll find that it's a really great way, of remembering great things and dealing with things when times are a bit rough. It's a great way to especially by including your goals in them. It's a great way to see how you're doing and how you're progressing with them. And my gosh, my favorite thing, because I have many journals from when I was little, is looking back at them when you're older. And it is certainly something that'll give you so much joy to do.
Is there any other questions for Miss Jackie? You have a question?
Oh, I have something I forgot to mention. Another thing that's fun to journal, including your journal, are things that excite you. Like sometimes you'll be walking along and you might see, in my journal, I saw this bug that was the most fluorescent, beautiful green I'd ever seen. So I wrote down something about this bug. Just yesterday, I learned some new facts about Canada. Did you know that Canada has the most educated people in all the world, that our country has the most educated population? There's even
Oh,
A spot in Canada. Wow, I'm seeing some people knew. There's even a spot in Canada where there's less gravity than anywhere else in the world. I am curious about finding that. So I would write that in my journal, and that might be a little project I do. So that's another thing, because sometimes like we go to school and we learn what a teacher tells us to learn that day. We might learn about history, we might learn math, and we might read a book. But what's interesting to you? You know, there's so many people who, when they're older, created a job out of what they found interesting when they're little. For example, the guy who what's it, the Pikachu, and he did that game. Remember that game that was really popular? Pokemon. And then there was the one where you had to catch those bugs outside. I can't remember what that was called.
Oh, there's a Pokemon.
Say that again?
Oh, there's a Pokemon.
Those are Pokemon.
Yes. But anyway, when he was little, they used to tease him because he liked bugs so much. They used to call him Dr. Bug. As he grew up, Pokemon Go, that's exactly it. When he grew up, he loved computers. So he combined those two interests. He loved bugs and he loved computers, and he created a video game that combined that. So who knows what will happen when you keep your interests alive. When things are interesting to you, you write them down in your journal so that you can so that you can discover more about them. Because if you just have it in your head and you don't write it down, you might forget that you loved something. But by doing this, you keep those interests alive, and you never know where they will take you as you grow up.
Yeah, it would be very interesting. Let's see, in the chat box, can you guys name some of the things that you're really interested in now?
Sorry.
So go ahead, Mix. Let me know in the chat box. Let me see. Timlin says Bill Gates liked computers, and he even had a computer club at school where they made tic-tac-toe games with programs. Now he's a billionaire. Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Just like Dr. Bug, who the kids used to tease him when he was little, and he's a billionaire too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, yeah.
So Mickey, what are you interested in?
Like TV shows, video games, sleeping, sports.
TV shows, video games, sleeping, sports.
Yeah.
Nice. Let me see.
That's a lot of interest.
Interested in acting. Ooh. So maybe, well, I won't know if it's you because, you know, we don't see anybody in the community on KiddieNomics. But one day, if you're ever on TV, you can message me and say, Miss Stacy, I'm in this movie. Okay? Please do that.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Brielle says she loves sprinting and basketball. Ooh, that's nice. Track and field season is upon us. So I guess. Oh, Mickey's signing up for track and field too. That is amazing.
And
okay. And basketball, of course. Let me just see. I have to go back. Oh, so Brielle says sprinting, basketball, and sleeping. What's up with sleeping?
Sleeping's so good.
Let me see. Kelsey says Disney movies and acting. Elias says soccer, video games. Marlon says Virgil and Kanye love fashion and made Off-White and Yeezys. Very true. Very true. You know, he pursued a lot of his passions, right? He pursued his rapping career and Yeezys, his fashion. So you can have a lot of different interests. And
wow, there's so many
dollars, you know, on different interests that you have. But let me just see, what else did the kids say here? Dion says, when I was little, I used to like them. Are you talking about Pokemon? Mishka says soccer, gaming, reading, and other sports. I love that you love reading. That is one of my favorite interests.
I actually read.
And you know what I do? I keep a list of the books I've read and the books I want to read. That's part of what I journal about. That's what I put in my book.
I read 2 for books of Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah,
that's
I'm almost done the.
You know what I find happens is that you end up with lots of little notebooks. One you might call your curiosity journal. One will be the things that make you happy, and you might have what's called a gratitude journal, where you write down every day some of the things that you're really grateful for. Often some people only do that at Thanksgiving, but doing that every day is a way to really increase your happiness and to increase your connection to the goals and the things that you want out of life.
That is
So you might end up with 3 journals.
yeah, or more.
Yeah, and you can decorate the front of them with stickers and painting and all kinds of things. And so that like, you really make this, you individualize it, you make it yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And-
get a notebook for the business tomorrow.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let me just see. George Timmy
Beautiful.
says 6-spotted tiger beetle, because you wrote this a couple of times. That's the name of the fluorescent green bug. Is that for the
Oh, is it?
That's the Pokemon.
I never found out what the name of the bug was that I saw. And I've
Gotcha.
only seen it a couple times again. And I was just walking home from school and I saw it.
Nice. Oh, I love this. Timlin says, I will thank you and Miss Jackie in my Grammy Tony Awards.
Oh, beautiful.
Can't wait. I cannot wait for that day to happen because I know it's gonna happen and I'm gonna be like,
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
so I know that that's gonna happen for you, Timmy. I am so vested in that for you. George Timmy says soccer. Brielle says she's going for the 200 meter. That's awesome. I used to do that when I was in track.
I might go for the because I think it was
Liberty says that they love Blackish. I love that. Kelsey says she's signing up for track and field too, which is awesome. Dion says that they're going to work in sports. That's amazing. Oh, did we lose Miss Jackie again?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Miss Jackie's back. Miss Jackie's back. Let me see. Dion says, or make money. Your interest is making money. That was my interest when I was younger. It still is. Make money. Kelsey says soccer, Heroes of Olympus. I think if that's a book. Georgini says, oh look, they finished the Diary of a Wimpy Kid too.
Yeah, but I didn't go. I was supposed to go in
Miss
order, but I couldn't.
Jackie, I'm gonna give you the ability to share your screen again. I mean, sorry, to do your video. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. All right. There you go. Can you do your video?
Okay.
All right.
There we are. You know what? Because everyone started talking about where they are. I think the reason I've been having a bit of trouble is that I'm not at home right now. I'm actually in New York. And so things just went a bit funny with my usual setup. But isn't this amazing? Because even when things go wrong or slightly wrong, they're never that wrong. They're never that bad. And that's something that I get from keeping a journal. Because it just keeps me knowing, like, you know, myself and not feeling and not a lot. And someone mentioned about how journaling de-stresses, and it certainly does me. So I hope you guys will really take up this practice because it is a really healthy thing to do. And if you start by doing gratitudes, you talk about your sweet stuff and the sour stuff, and then you connect it to your goals and what you found was amazing in the day. Oh my gosh, I found this new backed out and I really want to know more. That kind of thing will keep you mentally healthy. It'll keep you well. It'll help keep your mind active, keep your creativity high, and help you develop into the incredibly smart people, intelligent, educated people that I know is your future selves, your current selves, as well as you'll continue to develop as you grow into adulthood.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Miss Jackie. Marlon, I did see you want to maintain your honor roll or be on honor roll, and that's an awesome goal and interest to have. So that's amazing. You guys did a lot of chatting in the chat box, so that's awesome. So thank you for your participation. We'd like to thank Miss Jackie. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap up now, right? Miss Jackie, stay on while we just do a quick wrap up, and I'm just going to go back and share my screen. If there's any more questions for Miss Jackie, please type it in the chat box. But I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to do it really quick today. All right. What would happen if kids became more financially literate? We ask this question on every KiddieNomics webinar because this is really important to understand and know, because this is at the core of what we believe, because we believe that it is real change that impacts the world. The more financially literate that you guys become as kids and you grow into adulthood, you guys are going to conquer the world. I cannot wait. I've seen all of the interest that you guys have. I cannot wait to see you guys on TV. if you message me and let me know, Miss Stacy, that's me. Or, you know, whatever it is that you guys choose to become, you know, the scientists, the engineers, the doctors, the lawyers, the plumbers, the electricians, the architects, the, oh my goodness, you guys have told me so many things, the chefs, the writers, the artists. There's so many things that you guys have all told me that you want to become and do. So I am so excited to, you know, be able to help participate in the brightness of your future. Liberty, you're on TV. That's awesome. Let us know if you're on a show. That would be amazing. All right, so we always call you guys our young financial literacy ambassadors because you guys are our authorized messengers or representatives. I get messages all the time that, you know, from your parents or from you that say, you know what, you've shared the information that you've learned on KiddieNomics at school or with your family and friends. And that's exactly what an ambassador is, right? Sharing what you do and, you know, representing us, the KiddieNomics community out there in the real world, right? And that's why we believe on KiddieNomics that knowledge is our
superpower.
Superpower. So really and truly, the more knowledge that you gain and you share it, the stronger you'll become. And everybody around you will become stronger for it too, right? All right, let's get into the following weeks. Okay, so next week, we are going back to crypto. So I'm really excited for next week. We have Miss Ashley Wright. That's going to be on Friday, May 3rd. Hey, that's Friday the 13th. I just realized that.
Oh no, we better hide.
So on Friday the 13th, we are going to be doing cryptocurrency with Miss Ashley Wright. So don't miss out on that one because crypto is so prevalent now, right? That's a big word.
It's Friday the 13th.
It's Friday the 13th.
Jason's coming.
And then after that, we have no KiddieNomics because we're going to be taking a break because that is long weekend. That is Victoria long weekend. So no KiddieNomics the following week, which will be Friday, May 20th. Okay. So next week, we'll be here Friday, May 13th, and we'll be talking about crypto. And of course, if you ever have any questions, or you would like to tell me something, you can always feel free to email me at kiddienomics101@gmail.com. Please always get your parents' permission before you send me an email, right? And of course, you can always like and follow us on
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, okay? So everybody, again, give a big round of applause to Miss Jackie. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for KiddieNomics this week, and have a fabulous week, and bye!
Oh, look, I found these for the shoes.
Hold on.
Look.